The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Let's talk about it. Remember when there was that Facebook campaign you all saw where these people were going to Area 51 because they were going to go storm it and find out what's actually there? Did this whole Facebook campaign to do that. Everybody who participated in that campaign, whether it was, through, Facebook comments, yeah, I'm going. That's a level. To, yeah, meet us out there and actually showed up. That's another level. All of you bought your phones, and all your phones are being tracked. Everything you say on these phones, including what I'm saying right now, is being tracked on those phones. Y'all went out and did that. First rule in Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Now, I listened to a very interesting conversation between Sonetta and Hassan, presenting both perspectives. And I'll link that in the description because I'm not going to get into the contents of that video. If you want to check that out, you check that out. There's many of you who may catch this vid probably never even heard of Sonetta and Hassan. So, it's up to you. The point of me talking about Facebook is, some of you who are actively participating or reacting to anything that's put in it's put on TV in your face and on social media, and you look it up on your phones, you're reacting with such emotion is leading you to action, and a lot of times you're participating in unknown psyops. I mean, some of y'all actually went out there, and you were hit with the chicken sandwich. Remember that? I don't want to say the name of the corporation. Doesn't matter. My channel is small. So very few of y'all listening. Y'all were in line on the chicken sandwiches, man. You went in hard on the chicken sandwiches. Some of you were fighting in the lines of the chicken sandwiches. Somebody got stabbed in a drive-thru over the chicken sandwich. It's insane. Then when we had the Kobe cooties, for some godforsaken reason, when food could have been bought, all kinds of stuff, medical supplies could have been bought, turpentine could have been bought. Shout out to Dr. Jennifer Daniels. All the things that could have been bought, you could have stocked up on seeds and vegetables and canned goods, whatever. You all went out and bought toilet paper. It's another psyop. You were fighting in Costco's and Walmart over toilet paper. You were buying toilet paper by the pallet in Costco's. I'm shaking my head at y'all. Yeah, I couldn't get toilet paper, because all of you had the toilet paper. So, I had to get baby wipes. I'm sorry to all the babies. I had to get baby wipes. You all were fighting over toilet paper. TMI, the baby wipes felt better. I felt cleaner with the baby wipes. TMI. Psyops. The game is chess and you're playing checkers. You're just reacting to every move. So they move here, you jump here. And even in checkers, a lot of times, moves are set up for you to jump so that you can get jumped multiple times for those of you who play checkers. But you're playing checkers and they're playing chess. Get out of your feelings, get out of your emotions. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Get out of your feelings, get out of your emotions. To Sonetta and to Hassan, I am glad that the two of you were able to talk. After disagreeing on the way to go about what's being done in the communities. I agree on both sides of the fence. Not with everything, but I agree on both sides of the fence. You are I said I wasn't going to discuss Hassan and Sanetta, but I got to dabble into it a little bit. We are being distracted. I don't need receipts for that. The receipts are all over the internet. The receipts are all over the TV. We're being distracted. You know, the whole time you were in a house, you had all these celebrities in their house entertaining you, doing shows from their house, and all kinds of creative things to get you to tune in and be distracted. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the dollar. I got my suspicions. I have my strong suspicions, but I don't have any receipts for that. But I know that you're being distracted. You know, distracted from when we don't have that answer. We don't. We have ideas. We can ask why. You know, but with all the money that brown people spend, it amazes me that, you know, brown people don't have an army. Don't. Brown people don't have your own factories. You don't. You don't have your own food supply. You don't. You got a bunch of rich celebrities entertaining you from the comforts of their home. And now you have the nerve to fall for another trap. Defunding the police. Oh, you are amped about this. Defunding the police. I am not psychic that I know of. I have intuition. You know, I dream. I write my dreams down. A lot of times I see stuff I dream about, but I do not by any means proclaim to be psychic. I believe what's happening to me is happening to a lot of us who are being activated. Seed planted. I am of the strong suspicion that if you are successful in being led into defunding police, then you're going to get military police as a substitute. And if you think, you know, some bad apple cops are bad, wait till you get a load of military who have been trained to take orders under all circumstances. You realize that whoever is chemtrailing up in the sky has been told to do it. You realize whoever is flying those planes, spraying all of that lithium and mercury and all the other stuff that's in chemtrails in the sky, you realize that that's a person following orders. You realize every baby or wife or supposed terrorist walking around in flip flops, you know, that's ever been killed in a foreign country was killed by somebody who was following orders. We have to protect the freedom of America for some people running around that we funded, we the government funded, and then, you know, just went in there and did what we did. You realize that we're using people who are systematically trained under all circumstances to follow orders. So you're going to replace police officers where you have good police officers and you have some bad apples. You're going to defund them. And you're going to they're going to be replaced by military police. So yes, sir, people. I ain't psychic. I just, you know, one and one always just two. Okay? So I tell you what you can't do. You can't afford your own private security. The celebrities, they have their private security. So any celebrity you see talking about defunding the police, you know, I have a strong suspicion that they have their own private security and have had it for years. It's not going to affect them like it's going to affect you. Okay? You're being led emotionally through your television, your television. Then the problem is you pay to be hypnotized by it. You pay a monthly subscription to be hypnotized by your television. It was a time TV was free. I mean, you bought the television set, you set it up, you plugged it in, you got your channels. And HBO came along, and we all bought boxes and paid a subscription for that. And then, some time goes by, some time goes by, and we're paying for everything that we used to get for free. I remember when it was only, I don't know, seven channels. In New York, it was 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. That was it. You bought the television, you set it up, you put your rapid ears on, you watch television. Now you're paying for your programming, your hypnosis. You're paying for it. You're paying to be hypnotized, and you're protesting, and you got people stealing Teslas and driving them through the mall. I mean, is it just wilding out? And now you want to defund the police. That's insanity. I got a better solution. Instead of defunding the police, how about making a requirement that police officers can only uh, police in areas where they live? They got more of a vested interest in keeping their neighborhood safe if they're protecting their neighborhood where they actually live and where they actually have to see the people that they interact with. Okay? Just not show up for an 8-hour shift, cause havoc, and then go back to the comforts of their neighborhood. You make them police the neighborhoods they actually live at. Okay? Because there are many cops that are not qualified to supervise anybody, supervise themselves, let alone supervise us. Just not. You're not part of the community. You're just not. And you have no interest in being part of the community, some of you. It's just true. I could also take it a step further. I could say that I wouldn't want any former military being police officers, especially those that have seen combat. It is challenging to separate years of mind control in preparation for war to come home to civilian life, to be given a gun and a badge and told to police and protect and serve. I mean, police weren't set up that way anyway, and I don't even think most police officers know that. Police officers were set up to protect corporations. True that. That's fact. So I'm neutral on this. I remain neutral on it. I'm not claiming to be right or be always right. And I just want to be a whisperer so that you can have a different, another perspective to consider. Disagree if you need to. That's fine. I don't hate the military. What I mean, it's just that whether you know it or not, just the fact of you going through that, sir, yes, sir, and push-ups and in the rain, or it's mental abuse. Mental abuse. From the day that you got in there, it's mental abuse. And to turn somebody that's been mentally abused for years, you don't see it that way, but that's the facts. Any psychologist will tell you that. My degree's in counseling. My master's is in counseling. I'm speaking with some experience. Will tell you that. You're traumatized. Whether you realize it or not. You've been traumatized by the people who trained you, and many of you have been traumatized by the things you actually saw in battle. And then come home and get a gun and a badge and told the police community that you don't have a vested interest in. It's a recipe for disaster. Potential disaster. And it plays out many times over the course of a year and has for years. So there's relevance to what I'm saying. So you're just not qualified to police our communities. You don't have the level head. You don't have the ability to not follow orders. You're all military instinct, trained military instinct and training. And the government does a good job at that. That's what they do. So I want to keep this under 15. I think I'm done. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night.